I'm extremely jealous of
let's
how the
get it.
iPhone 17 Pro
iPhone 17 Pro scratch
Apple
test.
forgot to do one really
Okay, let's cut to
important
the
thing.
chase.
They name is vanity.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
And Apple went and made the literal sharpest cliff.
I mean, yeah, that's what they say. This is apparently the most fragile part of an iPhone.
Here on the iPhone 17 Pro.
Let's see how
For
it's
some
gonna
reason,
crack
Apple
it.
didn't add a chamfer, fillet, or
Yeah, see, it's like two different parts.
radius around the camera plateau, and I think it was intentional, so it looks cooler. But that decision to look cool out of the box is going to plague everyone who owns this phone down the road. And I'll show you physically what I mean.
What do you mean by that?
I do still have a buy a big knife, get a little jerry-rig knife free deal going to the end of the month.
What? Come on, man.
First scope into the leaf of the Apple logo. But that's not what we came here to see. The cliff Apple has milled into the aluminum has no chamfer, bevel, or fillet. And it's about as straight up and down as aluminum can get. And you'll see why that's a problem here in a second. And don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of the
I think it's gonna be the same as Apple, the iPhone Air, right?
switch from a glass slab sandwich.
At number 8.
Talking about Corning's new 7 almost.
Yeah, number 8. Same as again, they use the same glass on Air.
And gashes through the glass
He already
with
did
no
the
problem.
scratch test on Air.
The front 18 megapixel camera is also protected
Same
under the
glass
same slab
there.
as ceramic shield 2. Camera sits just below the razor
Nothing
thin ear to
special
snap
there.
those corners off of the camera plateau.
No, there's no way it's gonna be that easy. No way. Come on, man. That would be a scam.
But nope, so far.
Yeah, that would be, man. That would be a
So
scam,
good.
yo. What the
And
hell?
of course, while the ceramic shield 2 is
Imagine.
indeed the best we've ever seen, glass is still glass, and it's never a bad
Is
idea.
this it?
to add
Yeah, that's the ad.
Actually,
He always does
anodizing
this.
adapter Apple applies to the surface of their phone could be anywhere from 2 to 25 micrometers in thickness. That's about 0.025 millimeters, or
Yeah.
less than half the
That's the
diameter of a
antenna,
human
right?
hair. Not that I would know. It's a tough, colorful shell, tougher than regular paint to be sure, just not super thick. Which means it's not invincible.
That's
The top
also
of the
antenna.
iPhone
It's like
17
5G,
Pro
right?
has a plastic 5G
Pretty big
antenna
one.
slot, and the left side
Okay,
has
that
more of the
shit.
brilliant orange anodizing and
Oh my God.
3 buttons that will not be popping off on their own. The bottom of the 17 Pro has its USB-C.
Like he's not trying to crack
can
them,
charge
you know,
to
crack them up.
50% in about 20 minutes, as well as the lower stereo
That
loudspeaker,
thing is so
which the new
small.
iPhone Air does not have. I think it'll be pretty cool to see what changes have happened on the inside, so make sure you're subscribed for the teardowns. The Apple logo on the cosmic orange is perfectly in place, like surprisingly well aligned with the glass etching. Thumbs up for that. Then at the top we have our 48 megapixel wide
That's a
angle camera.
sapphire glass, you know, that thing is,
Then the
is
48
legit.
megapixel main camera down at the bottom,
Obviously.
and the 48 megapixel 4x telephoto off to the side, all of which are still covered with Apple's version of sapphire crystal. You can see the
Apple
lens
version. How is that
is
different?
registering on my diamond
Ice.
sensor, while my
That's
Casio
ice, yo.
W does not.
Ice.
The single LED flash
What is
has
a
a plastic
Casio?
diffuser, and then
They always
whatever
use the
laser
plastic
focus
on the-
thing
on the
this is on
flashlight.
the other corner is protected
Nothing.
with glass. While we're up
Okay.
here, it's time to see if I'm correct about that edge being fragile. Let's say you have your phone
A
in the same
penny.
pocket as a coin. Pretty
Yeah,
normal
that's
everyday
legit.
situation. The exterior level 9 anodizing layer is able to withstand any abrasion from that coin, except for on the sharp corner of the camera plateau. The corner of the plateau is rubbed off
Oh
and
man, that thing is fragile,
What about
yo.
keys, though? We've tested keys on
Yo, this is like everyday use.
anodizing before, and everywhere the oxide has been
They intentionally did that just so people would buy a case?
allowed to secure itself to the aluminum,
Because the new case from iPhone, the white one, is a slap, yo. What is that white thing?
except for the sharp corner of the camera
Oh
plateau.
my God.
Again, after
It cracked,
one incursion
like,
with a foreign object,
you can
that
see the
corner is
cracks,
now
yo.
gone. Looking again through the
Jeez, this is
microscope, the
scam.
orange aluminum oxide is still looking fly, except for where it's not, and the silver is shining through.
Wow, you
I
can
think
see the
deep
different
blue
color
anodizing
even.
is going to be even more
Jeez.
susceptible to damage. The same coin that on the flat portion of the plateau gets sanded into dust, on the corner the
Crazy.
anodizing is what chips away. The key, same thing. The plateau itself is super scratch resistant,
Imagine how it's gonna look like after a year of use.
except
Of
for
everyday
where Apple
usage.
did not add the radius or curve to the plateau.
Lol.
The aesthetic design choice is going to end up looking worse in the long run because the anodizing just doesn't stick to that spot.
Yo, only iPhone. First phone to have this type of a problem.
It's a well-known phenomenon.
At least some are there
several
first.
international standards for anodizing sharp
It's
corners.
crazy.
None of these are legally binding laws, by the way, just voluntary guidelines that manufacturers can follow if they want. The ISO standard says that sharp edges should be machined into a radius 10 times the intended thickness, which if Apple is using 25 micrometer thick anodizing, the minimum radius would be between 1/4 and 1/2 millimeter. The US military standard says about the same
I don't think it's going to be used in the military,
thing,
the
a
iPhone.
radius anywhere between 1/4 and 1/2 millimeter. But Apple just didn't follow either of those public suggestions. I'm sure the engineers
that's
at Apple
crazy,
suggested a
man.
fillet. It's usually the designers who veto
It's that
smart
easy,
ideas.
huh?
On the blue camera shelf, you can see how a good chunk of that anodizing near the edge just sheared off like an iceberg in the Arctic. And don't get me wrong, I am a massive
Yeah, what's the
fan
comment
of this new
section
iPhone
saying?
design. Less glass and more aluminum is always a good thing when it comes to durability. These chips are purely cosmetic and won't
So the
affect
glass is strong,
functionality.
yeah, that's the one they were not lying. Okay.
The phone.
So
Just
I
remember
guess
when
nobody cares about the
damage
edges.
does happen, that it's not your
Okay, that's
imagination
interesting.
and not your
Everybody
fault. It's
cares
Apple's
about the glass, I guess this.
because anodizing doesn't stick to corners. The
They
smaller
fixed
piece
one
of textured
problem by
glass on the
creating
back
another
is just
one.
as abrasive as the anodized coatings and is very impervious to scratching. The dust just wipes away. If Apple would have added the same millimeter fillet to the camera plateau that they have everywhere else on the phone, there wouldn't be any issues with chipping,
Right,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
would look different than it does now.
Yo, the
As it
bending.
stands, the weakest point for cosmetic blemishes
Okay, cut the bullshit.
and,
Where's the
you know,
bending?
it being a solid brick of aluminum and all,
It's gonna be the same as the Air, I feel like, right? It's fireproof pretty much,
6.3
which
inch
is
3000
pretty legit thing.
Hz Super Retina OLED display is also not affected
Not
by the
gonna lie,
heat
I'm
from my
impressed by
lighter,
that one.
even after 30 seconds of being torched. Finally, the bin tip.
You can throw that shit in the fire, yo.
There's more metal inside this 17 Pro than any other iPhone
Oh
that
shit, I
Apple
heard the crack,
was
no?
ever made, so there's no surprise that it has zero flex, zero
Nah, it's
cracks,
this thing is thicker than the Air, so obviously.
creaks, and zero damage. When it
Yo,
comes
by
to
the Air, I was
structural rigidity.
surprised how.
The same goes for the iPhone 17
durable
Pro
that-
Max. No flex,
Yo,
no
I heard the
bends, and
crack.
100% no issues whatsoever. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max passed my durability test, except for the part where your iPhone 17 Pro is going to chip and there's nothing you can do to save it. Apple's own transparent
To
case,
chip? What
which
does that
isn't
mean?
all that transparent,
Oh,
does
is this?
have a raised
Oh my
icon
god,
on
this
the
is such a
so
slap.
that
Yo,
will
look at
help
that
keep
shit.
things intact.
What is that white thing? What is that white thing at the back? It's hiding the Apple
But if
logo.
you want a case
Not
that
that
looks
it's
even
matter
better
that
and
much,
more
but still, yeah.
transparent and more protective,
Oh, it covers the
I
edges.
would
Look at that
suggest the
shit.
Ghost
They
Case
knew.
from
They knew
Dbrand.
from the
It has a
beginning.
never yellowing guarantee,
So this
and
is
it
it,
has
right?
full coverage for that camera plateau. Dbrand's been working with Jerry Rick
So the edge thing is a slop, yo. What is that? Like, look at the damage.
or aluminum is always
And
a
it's
good
so visible because it's silver.
when it
It's
comes
just,
to durability.
it's just, you can see it, right? It just shifts the color, completely shifts the color. It's just straight to your, just, like, glows into your eyes, pretty much. Yeah, so that's crazy. But the glass is stronger, eh? Level 7 is invisible on that one. Where is that? Pretty much level 8, that's where it starts. Roll it back.
Durable. Aluminum is a Mohs 3 or 4 on the Mohs scale of hardness, while glass is a 5 or 6. Unless, of course, we're talking about Corning's new Ceramic Shield 2, in which case some black magic
Oof.
somehow makes the marks at level 6 and 7 almost
Yeah,
disappear.
see, the glass is pretty anti-fragile, pretty durable though. But the back, yo, that thing is questionable, man. It's like a scam or some shit, nah? I feel like they made it intentionally. I don't know. Just so people would buy a case. A sloppy white ass case. Jeez, that thing is garbage.